Hey guys, before we start off today's video, y'all make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bells. Here on this channel, we upload trailer reactions, we do movie reviews, and we update everyone in the wonderful world of movies by uploading movie news once they come out. We talk about Star Wars, DC, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, The Godfather, all kinds of movies. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you're in the right place. This is a channel for movie fans and for us movie geeks to geek out about the wonderful world of movies. So if you like movies and if you're a big cinephile like I am, then you're in the right place. Now, let's cue that intro. Alright, so J.J. Abrams is rebooting Superman. Well, we're still going to have Henry Cavill, apparently, from the rumors I've heard. It's weird. So we're getting a black Superman, and I don't know what to say. 2 years ago, there was rumors that Michael B. Jordan was going to come in for a reboot. And a lot of people right now are furious, and I think there's no reason to be angry about this because apparently Henry Cavill's staying. Now, when I first heard the news, when I first heard the report that we were apparently going to be getting a rebooted Superman, my first worry is no more Henry, because Henry Cavill is my favorite Superman. He, to me, is the definition of Superman. And I've grown up with Superman a lot in my life. Superman's one of my favorite superheroes. I think he is the granddaddy of superheroes. He's the first superhero, and I feel like he's the superhero who needs the most respect because of the history that his character has. And when I first heard the news that J.J. Abrams was going to come in, I wasn't surprised because J.J. Abrams for the longest time was already brought in to do Superman for like 2 years already. And then not only that, but we were getting rumors that we were going to get a black Superman. The rumors were that Michael B. Jordan was going to be Superman. And I remember 2 years ago, social media was blowing up. Everyone saying that these liberals are coming in and destroying Hollywood, destroying Superman. But that's not the case. Now, my opinion on it is just don't get rid of Henry and just give us a good story. Because at the end of the day, movies, when it comes to movies, winning is everything. It's the box office, it's the critic reception, although the critics don't really matter if you got like $1 billion in the box office, because really if you're making $1 billion, you're doing something right. And the whole, I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about it, saying, why are people so angry about it? First of all, in the comics, it's happened. I've heard people say, oh, but Superman's always been white. Then you've clearly never read the comics. We have had a black Superman. I can't remember his name. I think it was Calvin something in the comics. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we've had black Superman. And, what's the point? Now, I understand. I'd be mad if they said, okay, we're getting rid of Henry and we're going to make this Superman the personal, real Superman in the DCEU. That would frustrate me because I'm a big Henry Cavill fan, and I think Man of Steel is the best Superman movie ever. And it does worry me. It does really worry me that we're not getting, it does worry me, like, what is Walter Hamada doing in the scenes? We're getting a solo Pattinson Batman movie. We're getting Keenan and Affleck both in the Flashpoint. There's so many weird, wacky stuff. And we're getting the Snyder Cut in a month or so. And Walter Hamada, when I first heard the news, I wasn't surprised because we already knew for a long time that we were going to get Black Superman and we're going to get J.J. Abrams to produce a Superman movie. However, my big concern, my first reaction was me being concerned. It wasn't anger, it wasn't happiness, it wasn't sadness, it was just more concerned. What is Walter Hamada doing? What is Walter Hamada planning? Now, I know a lot of DCU fans, mostly Snyder fans, and look, remember, I'm a big DCU fan. BVS to me is the greatest comic book film of all time. I still believe Man of Steel is one of the greatest comic book films of all time and is the best Superman movie, and I've loved a lot of what Snyder's doing, but I don't understand the criticism for Walter. However, I do think Walter Hamada, it's worrying me what he's trying to do. Like, what exactly is the future of the DCEU? And I think we need to find that out sooner rather than later. And with the new, I know he went on DC Fandom to say, we're going to go with the multiverse. But to me, if you really want to make money off these movies, Make it easy for the audience to understand. Something that DC has not been doing that Marvel has is appealing to the general audience. Now, we've done it a few times. Wonder Woman, that was a good example of appealing to the general audience. Aquaman was another example of appealing to the general audience. Same thing with Man of Steel. However, DC, for the most part, have not been appealing. They've kind of relied on you knowing these characters previously. Even I, who loves Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Cut, even I can admit that it is a bit hard as a general audience member to follow that film. And that is the underlying issue that DC is facing. And Walter Hamada, so far, I do think he's been doing a good job. But it is bringing me concern that we're getting multiple Superman, we're getting multiple Batman, and it gets to a point where you're now wondering, what is the end game? What is the cinematic universe going to look like within 5 or 10 years? Is it going to be successful? Is it going to be a failure? Because the number one thing I criticize DC for is not taking their guts, not trusting the process, and kind of rushing into things. That is the main issue that DC has faced within the last few years. They shouldn't have panicked after BVS. Well, a lot of people say BVS failed. It did not fail. It did fail with the critics and the fans. That right there is completely true. But money-wise, it didn't fail. 900 million in the box office is actually really, really good. Really good. In fact, too good. Because I know it's expected to make $1 billion in the box office, but if it's just your second movie in a cinematic universe, you should not expect it to make $1 billion in the box office. It should make a good, to me, BVS was supposed to make over at least 700 or 800 million in the box office, especially because it's your second movie in a cinematic universe. Regardless if Batman and Superman, the two most popular characters in comic book history, regardless if it's the two most popular, you still have to look at the fact that it's just the second movie in the cinematic universe. And of course, fans don't know who this Batman is. Most fans didn't know who that Superman was, because at the end of the day, most people grew up with Christopher Reeves. Most people grew up with Christian Bale. I mean, I grew up with Christian Bale, and that's the thing. What is Walter Hamada doing? Like, what is the plan? Even though I prefer DC over Marvel, something Marvel has done over and over again and lap over DC is they have a clear plan. They're following Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is bringing them the success that Marvel needs, and that's why Marvel is winning. Marvel right now is probably the biggest studio in movies. They're taking down the Hollywood business by putting all these films, making billions in the box office. Endgame, it's the highest box office grossing of all time. The fact that Captain Marvel even made $1 billion just because it's related to Endgame, that right there proves how successful Marvel is. DC, yes, we've gone Aquaman, and yes, we've gone Joker that have made $1 billion in the box office, but we need to keep going. And my question to Walter Hamada is, what are you planning? What are you doing? All I've heard is multiverse this, multiverse that. At some point, you have to look and think, is this going to appeal to the general audience? The general audience will not understand if all you do is make multiple Batman movies, multiple Superman movies, multiple Flash. Well, we're only getting one Flash. And that is the main thing. Walter Hamada needs to think ahead of time, and I hope he is doing that. Because even though I prefer the Snyderverse more than any other franchise out there, I still have to look at the simple fact that what Walter is doing right now could lead to doom. Eventually, fans will get tired of Batman. Eventually, fans will get tired of Superman, and that's just not how they should do it. That's not how you properly set up a cinematic universe. And that's my underlying worry with this new Superman. I don't care if he's black. In fact, that's great. I like seeing a different version of Superman. I hope every character, like every Joker, every Superman, every Batman, every Spider-Man, I hope they're all unique in their own way. And to see a new Superman with J.J. Abrams, a producer that I really love. I loved what he did with Star Trek. I loved what he did with The Force Awakens. I love what he does. But it does leave me concerned, because the general audience, if they see one Superman in one universe and then they see another Superman, they're going to think, what's going on? And I do, the black Superman thing, the whole complaint about it saying Superman was never black in the comics. Yes, he was. I don't know. I don't know what comics you'd be reading, but do a quick Google search and you'll find out there was a black Superman. A lot of people say it's all liberal. There's all, just stop putting politics into movies. Like, you have people always putting their own political views in movies when most movies, for the most part, aren't political. Everyone said Captain Marvel was a political film. That was not a political film. Even though I didn't like the movie much, I still had to accept the fact that the film wasn't political. It wasn't this feminist film that everyone makes it out to seem, and that's what I'm worrying about. The brand new Black Superman. Now, I'm excited to see J.J. Abrams, and if Michael B. Jordan actually is coming in to be Batman, I mean, not Batman, Superman, great. My underlying concern is, what is Walter Hamada planning? Are we still going to continue with Henry Cavill? Is Ben Affleck going to stay? Which I highly doubt. Is Pattinson going to be the main DCU Batman, or is he just going to be separate? Although they did say it's standalone, I feel like Flashpoint is going to reverse that. And I feel like they're going to use Flashpoint to do that. And that is my underlying concern, because at some point, DC has to look at things, and or Walter Hamada has to look at things and say, is this working for the general audience? And to me, Walter Hamada has had a good track record so far. Aquaman, Joker, Shazam, and wait, what? Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 84 were failures, mostly because Wonder Woman 84 is hated by tons of fans and critics, while Birds of Prey did have the same, except that one was worse because of the box office record. And I'm just hoping Walter Hamada creates the best DCU, and I hope that he has a successful brand in his hands, because at the end of the day, I just want the best for DC. And that's really all I'm going to say about this whole topic. And I just hope J.J. Abrams makes the best movie possible, and I hope that Michael B. Jordan, or whoever is going to be casted as the new Superman, is going to do great. I just hope they don't get rid of Henry Cavill, because Henry Cavill is my personal favorite Superman. To me, he is the defining Man of Steel. But, business, like Robert Meyer Burnett says, it's show biz, not show friends. And, yeah, that's it.